Hi, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Friday, May 3rd, Major League Baseball slate. We got a full slate back on today after that minute slate on Thursday. One-day game in baseball, so it's Cubs going back to their normal time, 2:20 Eastern time, and that one back at Wrigley Field playing, and they're going against the Brewers. So top two teams in the National League Central. Brewers have been able to hit the ball a lot better than the Cubs have. I'll put it to you that way. The difference is the Cubs pitching is probably amazingly has been a little bit better, even though the bullpen did give up a 10th, extra inning game yesterday on that one to lose 7-6. I mean, when the Cubs put up 6 runs, they have to win those games. They do not have enough offensive firepower right now with no Suzuki, with no Bellinger. They've got to make those work when they put up those 6-run games. So kind of disappointing there on that one. Line currently, Brewers a slight dog. Cubs around $1.25 favorite. Total around 7.5. So Wisniewski pitching for the Cubs. It looks like it's going to be a bullpen game going against Ross for the Brewers. The one advantage here the Cubs have, obviously besides being at home, is Ross has really been the one pitcher that's really struggled for the Brewers so far in the starting rotation. So this is one of the 4 games we fade or follow if you're new to our show. It's Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and Orioles. So we'll have quite a few bets in this game, so let's go ahead and get to those. We like the Cubs here, money line, -1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 on the run line. Cubs over the 4.5 team total. Cubs -0.5 a run. First 3, first 5, and first 7 innings. And then we got batter props. We're going to Nico Horner, who's been solid. Michael Busch had a fantastic game yesterday. So Nico Horner, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Michael Busch, homer, double. Let's see here. Over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So one more time in the Cubs-Brewers matchup, 11:20 out here in Phoenix, 2:20 Eastern time at Wrigley. Cubs money line, run line -1.5, 2.5, and 3.5. Cubs over their team total. Cubs -0.5 a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Nico Horner, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Michael Busch, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up on the board, 3:11 out here in Phoenix, 6:11 Eastern time. Orioles finish up their homestand. They head to Cincinnati. Cincinnati finally getting off the West Coast, going home. Hunter Green, Cole Irvin in this one. It's a coin flip, basically about $1.10, $1.08, depending on what book you're looking at on both sides. Total of 9. Cole Irvin has pitched fantastic his last 2 times out. I'm actually amazed, as he's normally a weak link in that starting rotation for the Orioles. The other problem for the Orioles that's kind of opened up here lately, besides against the Yankees, has been that bullpen. Craig Kimbrell's been just a disaster at the back end of that bullpen. They have not been extremely solid in that area, so they need Cole to give them another great pitching performance in order to stay in this game. Hunter Green obviously has tremendous fastball. They are in Cincinnati. This is a hitter's ballpark in this one. We like the Orioles here on this one. Being a coin flip game, you don't get too many of those for the Orioles, as they're going to be normally a pretty sizable favorite in mostly everything. So we're going to roll Orioles here. Money line, +1.5, -1.5, -2.5, and -3.5 on the run line. Orioles over their team total. Orioles money line, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Batter prop wise, we are on 2 guys this game. Gunnar Henderson, who's tied for the lead in home runs. Homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, 2+ hits. Anthony Santander, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So one more time in the bets in the Orioles-Reds matchup for Friday night. Orioles money line +1.5, -1.5, -2.5, and -3.5 on the run line. Orioles over their team total. Orioles money line, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. Gunnar Henderson, homer, double. 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Santander, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up, we've got 3:41 out here in Phoenix, 6:41 Eastern Time. Rockies going on the road to Pittsburgh. Martin Perez, Cole Control on this one. Pittsburgh is a pretty sizable favorite. No shock because it is the Rockies. They're about $1.80 favorite. Total 8 in this particular game. To be really honest here, I'd probably lean slightly towards the Pirates on this one. It's just they're a big favorite in this one, and they've really struggled to score runs as of late. So we lean Pirates, though, in that game. Next game up, 3:41 out here in Phoenix, 6:41 Eastern Time. Giants on the road, going to Philly. Nola for the Phillies, pitching against Jordan Hicks. Phillies $1.42 favorite, total at 7.5. I don't know why everybody's not running to the window on this one on Philly. We would definitely be heavy on Philly in this particular game, would be our recommendation on that one there. We'd also take them on the run lines as well. Next game up, 3:46 out here in Phoenix, 6:46 Eastern Time. It is National Patrick Corbin Day, so everybody get out and celebrate. Patrick Corbin back on the bump for the Nationals at home against UC in that game. Blue Jays at $1.68 favorite. Even though it's National Patrick Corbin Day and he'll probably give up 5 runs, the Blue Jays have struggled to score. They struggled mightily against the Royals in their last series at home to score. In this one, Nationals have actually been putting up runs like nobody's business at home as well. So we would actually lean Nationals here just slightly, but we would lean more towards the over. It looks like total of 9. We expect them to score some runs. Now, UC's has pitched really well so far. Patrick Corbin has not. Patrick Corbin pitched well in his last outing, amazingly enough. But we lean more towards the over in that particular game. Next game up, 3:51 out here in Phoenix, 6:51 Eastern Time. Mets, after that series with the Cubs at home, now on the road, going to Tampa Bay. Quintana versus Savali in this one. Rays about $1.40 favorite, and total at 8. Both of these teams struggle mightily to score. They can't string hits together. Unless they're hitting home runs, they tend to really struggle. Now, the Mets did come back, win that game against the Cubs, but they hadn't scored 7 runs in the previous 3 games, and then all of a sudden put it out 1. But consistency offensively for them is a struggle. It is for Tampa Bay as well. No question about it. Total at 8, we'd be leaning towards the under in that particular matchup there. Next game up, 4:06 out here in Phoenix, 7:06 Eastern Time. Tigers on the road, headed to the Yankees. Yankees just come off a series with Baltimore where they didn't score any runs. Stroman's facing Olsen in this one. Yankees about $1.68 favorite. Total of 7.5. But both these teams are kind of similar in the fact that the bullpens are pretty decent. The starting pitching is decent, but they struggle to score runs. This is going to be multiple teams that we talk about with this. They can't seem to string hits together. Soto's been on fire. Judge hasn't shown up yet so far this season. It's been a little difficult for the Yanks to score. On the other side of the ball, the Tigers can't seem to put the ball in play as they strike out a boatload in this one. I'd have a slight lean towards the Yankees here, even though we're not a Stroman guy. But the Tigers struggle so much to score, we just lean slightly towards the Yankees there. Next game up, Guardians at home, 4:11. Out here in Phoenix, 7:11 Eastern Time. The Angels are coming to town. Guardians, $1.88 favorite. We're basically recording this at the time they're playing. They're currently playing their Thursday game on there. So we would have a slight lean here towards the Guardians, maybe towards that under of 8 as well. As the Angels without Trout definitely going to have issues trying to get runners across the plate. Next game up, 4:41 out here in Phoenix, 7:41 Eastern Time. Royals back at home against the Rangers. Lorenzen versus Singer in this one. Royals slight favorite here, about $1.12 or so. Total at 9 in this particular game. So the Rangers haven't been popping runs like they normally have been offensively either. A couple of reasons. Corey Seager struggled. The rookies of Wyatt Langford and Evan Carter really haven't heated up yet. Adolis Garcia and Simeon have been holding their weight on that one there, and they're also missing Josh Young, some other guys like that. So it's been a little bit of a struggle offensively, and they do not have the pitching to really not be able to score runs. Now, Lorenzen did not have a good outing the last time. Singer has pitched well. He's basically been blown up only in one start on this one. We're going to lean slightly here towards the Rangers, and just their ability to score runs is the main reason for it here. So Rangers money line, plus 1.5, minus 1.5, and 2.5 on the run line. Rangers over their team total. Rangers plus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Marcus Semien, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Adolis Garcia, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So one more time, Rangers, Royals, Singer versus Lorenzen. We're going to roll with the Rangers here. Rangers money line, plus 1.5, minus 1.5, and minus 2.5 on the run line. Rangers over the team total. Rangers plus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Marcus Semien, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Adolis Garcia, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up, 5:11 out here in Phoenix, 8:11 Eastern Time. Astros at home to start a set with the Mariners. Blanco pitching versus George Kirby in this one. This is probably the only Astros pitcher I would back right at the moment here. They are about $1.15 or so favorite in this one. Just because Blanco's pitching, we'd have a slight lean here to the Astros on that game there. Next game up, 5:11 out here in Phoenix, 8:11 Eastern Time. Twins at home against the Red Sox. You got Paddock pitching versus Tanner Houck. Houck's been fantastic so far to start this season off. On this one here, we got a total of 8 in this game as well. Just because of the starting pitching wise here, Paddock's going to be your guy, 4th or 5th starter, ERA in the 4s. Tanner's pitched, like I said, really well here. We'd have a slight lean here to the Red Sox in this particular game. Next game up, 5:16 out here in Phoenix, 8:16 Eastern Time. White Sox headed out of town. They're going to St. Louis for the weekend. Cardinals here. Sonny Gray pitching against Keller. I know the Cardinals are a 290 favorite, which is a huge number. Now, if we look at the Cardinals minus 1.5 runs, only about a minus 120 there, much more feasible here. We'd lean Cardinals on the run line on that one. Next game up, 6:41 out here in Phoenix, 9:41 Eastern Time. Padres coming to Phoenix. Dylan Cease versus Ciancione, the rookie. About a coin flip game here, and with the pitching matchup, I'll be really honest with you, I'm kind of surprised. I thought the Padres might be a little bit bigger favorite. Records are pretty similar on both these teams here, so we would lean to Dylan Cease and the Padres in this particular game here. Next game up, 6:41 as well out here in Phoenix, 9:41 Eastern Time. Marlins on the road, headed to Oakland. Weathers pitching against Sears. Weathers got absolutely shelled in his last time out. Sears has actually pitched pretty well. Total at 7.5. Oakland at $1.30 favorite. Never liked laying the lumber with Oakland, but the Miami is just god-awful. So we take the A's in this particular matchup here. And the last game of the night, 7:11 out here in Phoenix, 10:11 Eastern Time. Braves on the road, headed to L.A. to play the Dodgers. So National League Championship Series possibly preview, even though we're at the start of May. But both teams obviously really good. Lineups are great. The pitching's been a little bit of a struggle on both sides. Morton's pitched pretty well, though. Gavin Stone, not as much. Good news for the Dodgers is Walker Buehler's supposed to be back maybe Monday to make his first start in almost 2 years. They need starting pitching help in the worst way at the moment. But in this particular game, total at 9.5, so obviously expecting some scoring here. We're actually going to roll with the Braves and Morton in this particular game. So Braves money line, plus 1.5. Minus 1.5, minus 2.5 on the run line. Braves over their team total. Braves money line, first 3, first 5, first 7 innings. And then Ronald Acuna, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Marcell Ozuna, who's been on fire so far this season, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So one more time in that Braves-Dodgers matchup, let's give you those bets. Braves money line, +1.5, -1.5, -2.5 on the run line. Braves over the team total. Braves money line, first 3, first 5, and first 7 innings. Ronald Acuna, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. And Ozuna, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So if you want to see all those bets, no problem whatsoever. At the end of this episode on YouTube or on our channel pages on YouTube or TikTok, you will find a link to our Google Sheets, which is a ledger of all of our bets, how many units we wagered on them, what juice we got them at, what book we placed them at, then also the result. So you can easily do so. Click that link, go to 2024 baseball, scroll down to May 3rd. You'll be able to see all of those bets that we just went through with you on the show. So make sure you check that out when you get some time. And as always, if you can subscribe or follow to us on whatever social media platform you're watching us on, whether it's YouTube, you just hit that subscribe button. On TikTok, make sure you just hit that follow button. And you'll get real easy to find us at that point. Once we're in your subscriptions tab or followers tab, every time we drop a new episode of bets, that'll come up on your reel. Or if you want to make life even easier, make sure you turn on notifications for YouTube or TikTok. You'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free's dropped a new episode of bets. Give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.